Good evening, everybody. And oops, sorry, Prinny. Oh dear. And welcome to another scorching hot cup of game tea delivered directly into your eyes via the medium of Twitch television. How is everybody this evening? Doing very well, I hope.
I'm feeling better.
Yeah, hi everybody. Who's in chat? Crumpets, lovely to see you. Dr. Bray, hi. Dutch Barracuda. Now, I've just read your message and it says, guess who quit their job solely to watch this stream?
We do not approve of...
Oh, no, I approve.
Actually, yeah, we do approve.
Yeah, no, I'm always looking for patrons to give patronage to.
Mm-hmm.
Patronies.
Mm.
Yeah, to give patronage to. You know, as the ancient fae that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the pay anyway. All you need to do is make a pact.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Beware those small prints, though. For sure.
Oh, yes.
I will try anything to find loopholes, which is, of course, what the fae do.
Mm-hmm.
And who can blame them? So we have little Prinny with us. I don't know if you can see. Prinny, I dressed you up particularly for the stream, darling. Are you going to show everybody your...
She's got a little bow tie on. Let's straighten it, look.
Oh dear.
Is that all right? How does that look? Hey? Does that look
Good
nice?
evening, everybody. Hi, Egg. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we're all feeling good. Got a really interesting stream ahead. We've got some product releases, some brand new things to showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Things that were teased last week, which are now have just finished production and they are with us. They're probably going to debut at Games Expo, we think.
Yes.
Because we are now so close to the show and it is all hands on deck here getting
Yeah.
prepared for everything it truly, truly is. It's busy times and I'm afraid there is no puzzle this evening, and that is because, guys, I had a leak in my house today and
It doesn't drain, it pours.
well, it does,
Literally.
down onto my second floor. Leaks in boilers are not conducive to puzzles.
No.
Although, actually, there are a few games that are based on plumbing puzzles.
You
so-
were productive, though.
Yes, absolutely. I've
And
been
I'm very
illustrating all day.
excited about the new art prints.
Right.
Are they debuting at
Yes,
Expo
they
as well?
are.
Oops! No. Sorry, guys.
Free ASMR with every episode. That'll be the foxes in the garden.
Yeah.
So we're not only debuting cushions, we're also debuting mugs tonight, and we're talking about your models, aren't we?
Yes.
Have been finished completely and are ready to debut in the new Kickstarter that we'll be launching during Pride Month.
Yes,
So-
it is a Pride themed Kickstarter.
It is.
And I've had so much fun with the models. I can't wait to
Yeah.
show you. Hopefully you'll like
Yeah.
them.
So, interesting story actually about this plumber who came today. Now, as you know, plumbers are just inordinately expensive, and even plumbers that I've been quite friendly with in the past have always, charged £70 for a call-out fee. So the plumber came out. It was a plumber that I didn't know. And something really quite magical happened.
Roxy, help!
Help! We knew if they came they'd be naughty. I'm sorry, it's Prinny. I never disciplined her as a puppy, ever. My lax parenting is showing.
It is.
So anyway, the plumber came out and he identified the problem, and he essentially said, I can do this next week for you. I'm going to write down exactly what needs doing, so if you find an alternative plumber, you can use this list. And we said to him, okay, well, how much do we owe you? And he said, you don't owe me anything. That's unusual for a plumber.
Very.
Right, a tradesman who you don't know. And he said, 5 years ago, somebody did me an act of kindness. And to this day, I, in my work and in my trade, try to repay that act of kindness to others. And I was bewildered. And do you know what that act of kindness was?
I do, because Mum told me.
Yeah.
But
I was very, very moved.
it was just a lovely thing.
Somebody gave the plumber a kidney. presumably, in his body. It wasn't just a steak and kidney pie.
No.
But somebody gave him a kidney, and he now lives his life as an expression of kindness, and I thought that was completely amazing and an example of everyday magic that we can encounter. So yeah, that's what happened, but that's why there's no puzzle, so do forgive me, everybody.
So essentially he waived the call out fee.
Yeah, he waived the call out fee. Yeah.
How
really
lovely.
Kind, right? Okay, so this week it's been a busy week for us, and that is because we launched something this week, something very, very exciting that we've wanted to do for many, many years actually, but only in the past few weeks has the software that's offered and the integrations that have offered by other businesses come to be something that is absolutely compatible with our business, because we are a small business. We can't actually afford to employ another person to deal solely with this, and this of course is the Ambassador program. And I am so happy to say that we have had a flood of applicants. We have started working our way through the applications. We've got some new ambassadors. Please, if you see them out and about on the internet, do give them lots and lots of love. And the Ambassador program, if you're not aware, it is a way for us to pay you commissions for any GameTea product that you sell. So if it's something that you could be interested in, perhaps you have a small following, that's, I would say, who it's best suited for. The people that we'd like to match up with, it doesn't matter if it's a micro following or a small following or a large following.
If you've got a small following,
faithful following,
but they are engaged,
yes,
and they like the same things you do, and you're confident that if you promote GameTea, they're going to think, this is a really cool company, then it's for you.
Absolutely. And it's people are doing this anyway, is the thing, but we've never ever been able to reward them by actively saying, okay, well, you brought this sale to us, so therefore you are entitled to a portion of it. And it's something that's really, really good, and some of our ambassadors, they're already making considerable amounts of money, and they would be doing this anyway, because they're always shouting about GameTea. We do rely on word of mouth.
Yes.
The fact is that nobody really engages with advertising content. That's not how we reach people. It never has been. Facebook advertising, for example, if you pay money for that, then you're just not in front of an audience that appreciates your company, and you'll have an actively hostile response. Yeah. 50% of the time.
Because you're not targeting the right people.
This is it.
And this way...
But it's not. It's not about targeting people. It never.
No,
has
but you do want
us.
The right audience, of course.
Yeah.
People that are interested in D&D.
Of course, right.
It is quite a niche. So to get the word out that way,
to get the
word of mouth,
out is very difficult.
Some of these ambassadors they've been customers for a very, very long time, years and years and years, and it's just lovely to be able to give them something back.
Yeah, it is. Dutch Barracuda says, oh, that is very interesting. Yes. Yeah, it is, and I think you could be a very suitable candidate, actually, so go ahead and apply. If you haven't seen it on the website, just navigate to GameTea. It's gametea.co.uk, and there's a little widget in the corner that says become an ambassador. Go through the process. It doesn't take very long, and it's completely free to do. Dutch Barracuda says, one of my partners has stolen my Artificer t-shirt because she likes it so much. Right, we're ready to reveal some products.
I think so. What would you like to do about this first?
Okay, well, what would everybody like to see? Would everybody like to see the cushions that we've been working on?
I think so. Yeah, these are so good.
Okay.
What a triumph. Now, I've wanted to do cushions for literally years, and it's only now that we've been able to realise this.
Yeah.
Because which one would you like to look at first?
Let's go the witchy one.
The witchy one, the bestiary.
Yes.
Okay, well, here we go. Here's the first one.
Here we go, folks. This is, of course, our Witch Familiar themed cushion.
Yep.
And that is
very Black Phillip-ish.
It's very Black Phillip inspired. So for years and years we've wanted to do cushions, as Lucy explains, but from a technological manufacturer point of view, these are done via a method called sublimation. And that's a full colour outgassing. That was only ever possible on a satin. And there's nothing wrong with satin. Please don't get me wrong. But these are faux suede. And suede is a material that's just been developed for sublimation. So you can achieve these really super high colour prints on a material that has a superior finish, let's say. So
explain about the flowers as well, because they have meaning.
The flowers are important. Around Black Phillip, you've got broom. Of course, that's traditionally associated with witches. That's how they would make a broom. Yes, it's a plant, and it's used for that purpose. Here we have some hemlock. It does look like parsley, but please don't eat it. There's a terrible story actually about somebody eating a parsley sandwich, being given a parsley sandwich by their children.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't parsley, long story short. And then just in the corner here we've got some mandrake leaves as well. So
That's
some
gorgeous.
really traditional witchy elements. And then on the back you've also got a continuation of the faux suede.
You can also unzip, take the inners out. The inners come with a cushion, which is really useful and convenient.
It's convenient.
But if you need to wash them, they are fully washable. They're handmade in the UK.
That's what we like.
That is what we like. And you can wash them and you can, do whatever you like with them. Sit on them. That's what cushions are for, isn't it?
So Black Phillip has a companion actually.
He does.
You see, you can't really have one cushion. Any woman on planet Earth will tell you this.
You can't have one.
You can't stop at one.
No. That is true. Here we are.
So to go alongside Phillip, we've also got the werewolf. And around the werewolf, because you guys know I love a bit of ethnobotany, we have wolfsbane, of course.
Had to be.
Traditionally thought to repel werewolves, but we've also got rye. And rye is a grain, so it's in different stages of maturity on the cushion. And the reason why I put rye on the cushion is this. Rye, or I should say a particular disease that's associated with rye, is the cause, they think, of many historical werewolf sightings and witch hunts. There's a particular fungus that grows on rye. It's called ergot. And if you consume the rye that has had ergot growing on it, you'll experience frightening hallucinations.
Oh my gosh.
It's ergotism.
Wow.
is what it's called. And you can trace back in history periods of high ergot and ergotism to, there's a relationship with things like the Salem witch trials.
Yes.
So I thought it was an appropriate thing to pop on there.
This is why I love your designs, AJ, because you put so much thought behind them as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's important to explain the thought as well, because a lot of people would just see pretty flowers.
Pretty flowers.
But there are always with AJ, there are meanings
there
behind.
There are Easter eggs in everything I do, aren't there?
So those are gorgeous.
Hi Rosie. Hi Cup of Tea Bling, nice to see you. Thanks for coming to spend some time with us. We're doing cushions at the moment. We're revealing cushions.
Talking of werewolves, me and Mum recently got lost on the moors in Yorkshire.
Oh my God. This was hilarious. So we went.
Was not funny. We genuinely got lost.
We went to Yorkshire on holiday, and you thought. Roxy's
I'm blaming Roxy, to be honest, because she said just go out of here, turn right. So we did.
And you thought, well, I won't need the sat nav.
No.
It's signposted all the way to Whitby, right? We're on the way to Whitby, of course. Home of Whitby Abbey.
Everybody else went on the train.
Famed for its literary relationship to Dracula. Everybody else went on the steam train. We went on the choo-choo. We loved it. It was cold, though. And you ended up on a dirt track in the middle of the Yorkshire moors, and
no phone signal. No sat nav obviously would work on my phone. I'll tell you, I was frightened. And there was nothing around, not even a tree, for literally 10 miles that way, 10 miles that way, 10 miles that way.
Yes, but you do like Wuthering Heights.
Well, I do.
Well, you could have experienced
it. But I said to
Mum,
if we break down now, we are in serious trouble. Nobody will find us. We'll just be skeletons in the car. But luckily, I decided last minute to try the car sat nav, which I never use, and thank goodness it did actually work. So whether it was like a different satellite, I don't know. But it still took us up a dirt track for about 15 miles. We were travelling for literally hours. A 45-minute journey took 2.5 hours.
And then they passed a pub called the Slaughtered Lamb.
Anyway, I digress.
A couple of American tourists walking past.
The werewolf was reminded
One
me
in
of.
a puffer jacket.
But I think a lot of people are going to like these cushions.
By the way, we reached Whitby. We met up in Whitby, and I came up to you, and I was laughing.
She laughed, and I was not in a good mood at this point.
And she said, "You wouldn't have laughed if I died."
I mean, it's true. And AJ was just like, well, you're right. I wouldn't laugh if you died. And then we went to Greg's.
We did.
Anyway.
Vegan sausage roll. Okay. These are the next two then.
Is that the right way up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our critical success and our critical fail. Now, aren't these absolutely lovely, guys? We've got the golden D20
You can just
here.
imagine these on your sofa in your living room.
Yeah, I'm pleased with how these turned out.
These
actually.
are just stunning.
Because it's not simple to render an isodecahedron, actually. It's a complex shape, and it's complicated to get the shading looking right. So, really, really happy with how these have come out.
They feel so nice.
Yeah, and you know,
so
you've got
squishy.
the markers of kind of success and failure on them as well. On the critical success, you've got the honeybees, you've got the olives, you've got the laurels, and then on the crit fail, which
you must allow yourself to fail to experience success.
some of the funniest.
But if
moments in
somebody
D&D come
comes
from
to your
critical
house
ones.
who you don't like, then just get them to sit on this one.
We've got the death's head moth, of course, in each corner for the critical fail.
Oh yeah, that's fab, isn't it?
Yeah. See how.
And the bees.
See how the bee and the moth, they match up.
They
like
do.
that. When you like that.
And you can even roll them. You can even roll them.
Haley says, I can't decide which ones I want. I want them all. And Hegger says, they're going to be must-buys at UKGE. Yeah, and...
But wait, because there's something really, really good to go with them.
What, you're revealing that already?
Maybe save that till a little bit later.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to tell everybody that they're going to be £20 each at UKGE. Obviously, they're extremely high-quality items. They're handmade in the UK, which is what we like. But there will be also a show-exclusive discount. It'll be 2 for £35 at the show.
I'm not being funny.
So,
but that's a bargain. Right there.
yeah, they're lovely. Come along and feel them. Chat, who's coming? Who's coming to UKGE? Haley says, don't do this to me. I'm going to have no money that weekend.
Are you coming, Hayley?
Yeah, I think she's coming on the Saturday.
Haggis
Dr. Bray says,
is
I
coming.
wish. Haggis is coming. I know Haggis is coming. It's going to be absolutely lovely to see everybody there.
Kiltia is we got Kiltia tonight.
We have Kiltia here tonight.
Oh well, she's definitely going.
Cuppa Tiefling says gorgeous. Hayley says me. Crumbit says we're looking at trying to do 1 or 2 events next year. It would be sad not to see you, but things are, what they are currently. Cuppa Tiefling says I'll be there and my shopping list just got longer. Yeah. Come and say hello.
Come, please do, and say to us, I am Cuppa Tiefling.
Yes, please do that.
Or I am Kilty or whatever.
Yeah.
So that we know who you are.
If we know you by your screen name, then please introduce yourself by your screen name so we can connect. Because
exactly. Yeah.
My brain is 20% Crayola crayon and
mycelium.
And mycelium. 20%. So mean to me. Right. Definitely come and say hello. We're there. Well, I'm there all 3 days, and Lucy's there. When you can manage.
I will do as much as I can. I'm hoping to be there on the Friday and also sort of Saturday midday.
Yeah.
So I do what I can manage, basically.
Yeah, we're super friendly people, and we would absolutely love to talk to you. So come along.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
Peter said to introduce themselves as the Gondlings.
The Gondlings.
Yeah.
Dutch says, I would love to, but I regret I can't due to health, but I hope it goes well. I hope you feel better
I know
soon.
the feeling.
Yeah. Right, shall we have a quick look at our topic of discussion for the night? I've got a question to present to everybody. You know, we live in a turbulent world, that is a fact.
Sadly, yes.
And things are tumultuous at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've been pondering a certain question. And that is, if we do need to retreat into the vault or the nuclear bunker that is presumably under your house, you'd hope it would be, right? If you're going into your nuclear bunker for an extended sojourn, let's say, which 3 games are you taking with you? Priorities. Right.
I mean, it's quite simple, really, for me. I'm
Skyrim.
sure you can get Skyrim, Fallout 4. I know this is controversial, but probably Fallout 76 because I did play it in the beginning. Really put a lot of hours into it, and I think I could get some longevity out of that one as well.
Yeah, good luck playing it on the servers though after they're destroyed in nuclear hellfire.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
Can you play it on your own? Is it an interesting solo player experience? Oh well, you just lost a slot then, didn't you?
That's not fair. You tricked me.
Dutch says it's a mental health thing. Crowds and travelling, so it'll take a while. Okay.
Again, I know the feeling.
Yeah,
It's been so hard. 2 years of being locked down and having a very small bubble. It is, it's hard to come out and
And I just
experience crowds in the world
make it
again.
Clear to everybody, if you do start feeling unwell at Games Expo, GameTea is a safe space. It is a place of refuge.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need to explain. Just come up, let a member of staff know, and we'll look after you. Whether that means a drink of water or a sit down, or just taking your bags off you, and you can stay for as long as you wish. And that's an open offer to everybody that needs that safe refuge, because let's face it, the NEC is a very, very busy place. It can be completely overwhelming. I myself have had anxiety issues going into shows at the NEC, so I know exactly where you're coming from if that's an issue.
Yeah.
So please bear it in mind if you need to use it.
We can hide you in a little corner.
We can hide you in a
until
corner.
you feel
nobody will bother you.
Relaxed again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll look after you. Your gaming aunties will look after you. Laurie Luna says, I'd take Animal Crossing Breath of the Wild and then a board game.
Board game, yeah.
Takanoko, in case we lose electricity. Yes, so one of mine is definitely Ticket to Ride. Mesa says, Inscription, brilliant card game. Video game, card game. Final Fantasy VIII, Soul Reaver. PS1.
Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
Why do I? Soul Calibur, I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That's a great game as well.
If it's PS1 era Soul Reaver, then that is awesome. Really, really cool. I think by my choice has got to be sort of games that I've played the most of, and I've poured the most hours into. And if I just look at my play history, it's going to be Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's going to be Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and it's going to be The Binding of Isaac.
Actually, yeah, Oblivion's really good.
It's good.
And Minecraft, because I mean, you can just explore
Pegasus
forever on that
says
game.
Factorio, BattleTech, and Final Fantasy VII. Crumpet says D&D, Final Fantasy VII or 9, and unsure for a third.
Do you remember that little game on the Nintendo DS, Lost in Blue? I used to love that.
Oh yes, the little survival
And Lost
game.
in Blue too. They were
Yeah.
really good games.
Dutch Barracuda says D&D, Minecraft, and Satisfactory. We've got engineers in chat. That's what it seems like. Edgar says I've got several board games that promise 100 hours of content. Yeah, that'll get you through a thermonuclear war. 100 hours. Yeah, I might struggle there. Right, shall we have a quick look? Oh, Roxy, I meant to say, what are yours?
Skyrim, Minecraft, and board game.
Skyrim, Minecraft, and a board game.
Yeah. I'd say Mario Kart, but I'd want to play it.
Oh, Haley's got a good
I mean D&D,
cards.
because again, you've got endless worlds. Endless.
Yeah,
You just come up with
depending
some...
on the imagination of your DM, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haley says deck of cards.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I'd need something a
Learn
bit
how to
deeper.
play whist.
Although bridge is apparently very complex.
So on holiday we played an excellent game, didn't we? Top Trumps Dog Edition. Who is the most lovable dog? But you know what?
How many times did I win with the Chihuahua card though?
It was Scooby-Doo was overpowered.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Scooby-Doo and Stray Dog are overpowered.
And the Chihuahua as well.
Game killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realise it's probably not for folks of our age, but...
No. And Ticket to Ride, where everybody cheated. Roxy blocked me when she didn't even need to, and also so did Max. And, you know, I'm still reeling from it. And I threatened Toby.
Your tactic is literally to say, if you place that train there, I'll never speak to you ever again.
Well, he didn't though.
He didn't, no.
So it worked, didn't it?
Well, it's
He made the
ruthless,
right
but-
choice. That's what happened.
Extremely ruthless, but it did work. Yeah, I'll give it that. You had disappointing news this week, didn't you?
Oh, did I?
Starfield.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Gutted.
Delayed.
Delayed.
That does not surprise me.
And, you know, they're saying sort of March. I think it's probably going to be later than that.
Yeah. I think I probably agree.
You know, all this time I'm having to wait for the Steam Deck as well.
Why did they commit to this 11/11 date?
I don't know, but it was literally written in stone, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Right.
Because Elder Scrolls was 11/11.
I know.
11/11. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know. Shame.
Apparently they said they didn't want the next Cyberpunk on their hands. So, slightly alarming.
Yeah.
Crumpet says, it'd be chaotic, but imagine a GameTea after dark at an expo where we do one-shot D&D session and can try out the amazing dice you sell. Yeah. GameTea after dark. Sometimes we go
GameTea
out...
in the dark would be scarier.
Oh, that'd be an interesting horror conceit, wouldn't it? Escape the convention after shutdown.
Yeah. Terrifying.
We get to see some interesting things at the NEC.
We do,
actually. The NEC
yeah.
is a strange place that one
after
can get
hours.
lost in very, very easily. And in fact, I did once, and security came and escorted me.
Did
do
you
remember
like
when I was trying
go
to,
over that
I
flyover
was
for like
trying
10 miles or
to
something?
find Starbucks, okay? And I ended up going about 3 miles off course, and security came. And when security came, I ended up having a fascinating discussion with security, because the first question I asked them was, is this place haunted? And they said, yes. They said yes. It's haunted. We've seen things. We've especially seen things in the arena. So if you're not familiar with the NEC is a massive complex. The National Exhibition Centre. It's a massive complex of halls that are host to the UK's biggest exhibitions. It's also adjoined to an airport, Birmingham International. So it's an incredibly busy place and incredibly large. And whenever we go to a show as well, because we attend other conventions as well, of course, many times to research our industry. And there are some fascinating shows there you would never dream existed. There's one that always is on at the same time as Games Expo, and that's the Concrete Show.
The Concrete Show?
It's always on.
I've not ever seen that one.
The Concrete Show, well, concrete manufacturers need a place to go and talk about their industry, don't they?
They do.
And if I could gate crash, get some free concrete.
Wow. I did actually need some the other day.
Oh God.
You know?
Could have helped you out. And one that I like going to actually, Miniatura, which is the Doll's House show. That's fascinating.
We think we caught COVID from there though.
Possibly.
In December 2019. Before COVID was like, you know, in January was a thing. December it wasn't a thing. January it was a thing. We think we caught COVID at the Miniatura show in December 2019, don't we?
Conspiracy. If we're on YouTube, you just demonetised us now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can't prove it, but it was the worst thing I've ever had in my entire life. I will tell you that.
Teddy says, really? That's creepy. And Crumpet says, can confirm I've gotten lost before there. Yeah. There is something about the sort of liminal spaces. Those spaces that are so-called because they are in between, you know, that we can all recollect a similar space. Have you seen the images online of liminal spaces?
No.
So very oftentimes it will be things like a long corridor or a block of toilets or the interior of a mall or a school that's imminently recognisable because our architecture is so homogenised and standardised in the West. And these are called liminal spaces, spaces that you have a memory of and yet have never experienced. And the NEC has that quality to me. There is something distinctly strange about walking through the large halls when they are entirely empty. It's almost post-apocalyptic. And I recommend anybody to do it.
It's
but
like...
you won't be able to do it very long because of the security, of course.
It's like a zombie apocalypse type thing, isn't it?
It reminds me of Dead Rising, but without all the zombies.
Or have you ever seen Langoliers?
No, that's a Stephen King one, isn't it?
Yes. And they're in an airport and it's complete, there's nobody around.
Right.
And the Langoliers are little creatures that eat the time that has now passed. So in 5 minutes' time, they will eat the present time.
I'm guessing Stephen King was on drugs when he wrote it.
I probably explained it really badly.
No aspersions. His best work was, you know, during the
Misery.
What is called the cocaine period.
Oh yeah, Misery actually was reminiscent of he was in a car crash and he was in severe chronic pain.
Yes, well, do you know he actually bought the van that did that to him and crushed it?
No, but I don't blame him. That's closure, isn't it?
Processing the trauma, of that. Now, here's an interesting question. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, where would you go? So where would you flee to? And your house is not an option, because that's far too easy. Chat, I want to hear answers now. Right, the zombie apocalypse has descended upon us. And we're looking for safety. We're looking for a refuge. You're with the GameTea girls, of course. Now, we'll defend you as best we can. Lucy's got a sword. I've got a wooden spoon. Roxy is just Wonder Woman. Her fists are registered as deadly weapons, so don't worry, you're okay. And we want to know where you're going.
Prinny, we've got a little Prinny guard dog as well.
Got a wonderful guard dog. Dutch says the Principality of Sealand, a micronation island just off the coast of Essex and Suffolk. I know all about the Principality of Sealand, actually. One can become a noble if one wishes to. Of Sealand.
You'd probably have to go with an island if possible, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Where was that island you got sent to in Scotland?
Oh my god.
To do some work, and they had you digging in a field.
Like I was banished or
you
exiled.
just couldn't do any digging.
No, Lucy. Okay, there were midges.
Right.
That prevented me from digging. I got into a situation.
What island was it?
Into a situation where I was...
No, not Orkney.
No,
Carl?
it was Carl. It was
Carl?
the Isle of Carl. I got into... There was an incident where I ended up on the Isle of Carl, as you have explained.
Yes.
Essentially recruited to do
some hard manual labour.
What was tantamount to hard manual labour.
I mean, if any of you know AJ personally, you would know that's not her forte.
Stop! I'm good at sweeping. That's what they made me do in the end, because I couldn't dig the peat field.
Well, at least you did something.
So I had to sweep the church, Roxy, of the Isle of Carl.
You can always say that you've done that now.
One day I'll go back there.
You can tick that off your bucket list.
I'll take my revenge.
Swept the church.
It was some sort of youth programme.
It's lucky they didn't put you in like a Wicker Man thing at the end.
Do you know, it's terrifyou'll
because they could have done that.
It's one of the most frightened I've ever been in my entire life.
What, when they put you in there?
No. You'll have to show everybody your birthday present that I got you.
Yes, it's only up there.
No, so, of course, you know, being an urbanite, not used to the true darkness that descends over the Scottish islands.
Yeah.
It is a darkness
black and silent.
that is utterly unfamiliar
Yeah.
and unexperienced to one such as myself. And this darkness descended very quickly over this beautiful mirror-like sea. We watched the sunset, and then it was black. It was palpably dark. And we were trying to navigate our way back to the dormitories by no light whatsoever up at the side of a cliff. And we saw the silhouette of a fisherman standing outlined by the starlight on the highest cliff, watching us.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yes.
And was he really there?
Yes. Yeah, it was,
So you were scared?
yeah, it was just one of my friends throwing a coat.
So you were just scared by a real person?
Yeah, but as I say, there were loads of midges, so that's why I couldn't dig.
Right.
I was plagued with them.
They are pretty bad, though, to be fair.
Yeah, they are. You laugh at me.
Oh.
But yes,
Poor
that's the
AJ.
story of when I was exiled to the Isle of Coll and forced to undergo hard labour, which I, at that point, realised did not suit me. And
No.
so I became an illustrator. Have we got any answers in chat for where we're going, apart from Sealand? Crumpet says, go to a reasonably small moor. That didn't...
Anchorside.
That didn't work out in Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
No.
Didn't work out in that one. Brumpolar, hi Chris, lovely to see you. Brumpolar Bear says the sharp-edged dice could easily be used as weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw the D4s out.
Oh God, the
You wouldn't want to tread
caltrops.
on one of those, would you?
Dr. Bray says you could stay on a cruise ship too, I suppose. Yeah, you better hope it's solar powered though. Dutch says, I always recommend oil rigs for zombie apocalypses.
Yeah, you've got to get there, haven't you, though?
That's it. Crumpets. Here's why you don't take an island. You get help. You need help. How do you get it? True. Yeah. And
Well, you don't ask
I
AJ
just
to do
said-
any digging, that's for
Don't
sure.
ask me to do potatoes, my friend. I actually love growing potatoes. It's a complete misconception about me that I don't dig. Hager says, somewhere cold, don't envisage them being able to move very well with their muscles frozen. That's true. The islands in the middle of Kingsbury Water Park. Yeah. It'd have to be fertile ground.
This is close.
Ty Artemis, good evening. Thank you for coming to spend some time with us. Dutch says, legend says Gary Gygax invented a D4 to act as caltrops in case of FBI raids during the Satanic Panic. Hilarious. And Rosie H says, what about one of those units on a farm?
A barn?
No, they have like they build big unit farms here.
Do they?
A unit on a farm.
Outbuilding.
Right, a metal outbuilding. Yeah, because then you could at least, ensure that you'd survive the winter.
Yeah.
Fruit with your harvest of
Well,
cabbages.
well, exactly, you'd have food.
Make sauerkraut. That's my advice to you. Because once you make sauerkraut, it is good for years. Ty Artemis says, I totally missed the question. Ty, we're discussing where we'd go in a zombie apocalypse because we didn't prepare a puzzle for the stream because I had a leak in my house. Not like a, Project Veritas type thing.
No.
Oh, Ty says, also quick thank you. I'm one of the new ambassadors.
Oh.
Fantastic, congratulations. Sincerely well done and welcome to the programme.
Welcome.
We hope that it's really, really profitable and productive for you.
Yes, we spoke about it earlier at the beginning of the
we
stream.
certainly
It's
did.
been really successful.
Yeah.
And it's just nice for us to be able to give something back to people
Absolutely.
that support us.
People are shouting about our products, and it's just really nice to be able to reward them for doing so. We've got some
Absolutely.
really, really great stuff coming up that we have revealed on the stream that should be very, very easy to shout about to your following as well. So it's going to work out really nicely. Do you want to show everybody your birthday present that I got you? Where is it?
It's just up there, look, by that candle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this is one of your birthday presents, wasn't it?
It was. This was a little stocking filler type thing. There we are.
Oh, Ty's from Scotland, so she might recognise this, actually.
Well, there we are.
which says Nicolas Cage. Laura Luna says, "Oh wow, I love it." Yeah, it is.
It's
of
a bottle
course,
stop. A Wicker Man one.
It is, of course, a Wicker Man.
If I hopefully maybe I can zoom in to the little man trapped in there. I'm not sure you can see it actually. There he is, his little face trapped.
I loved his face because his face is,
Oh, there we go.
it's terribly
His
frightening.
little hands and his little face.
Yeah, there's
Brilliant.
Sergeant Howie is depicted there being, imminently burned to death. And Laura Luna says that's one of my favourite movies too. Yeah, we absolutely love it, and that's certainly one of our favourites. Right, so where are we going then in our zombie apocalypse? Have we made a decision? Because currently I think Sealand or an oil rig has got it, but how can we
it's getting to the oil rig.
Well, don't worry, I've played a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Actually, there was a man that had never flown a plane before and managed to bring one down.
I saw that.
Yeah, the pilot was unconscious. He passed out, and they had to talk him down, and he did it. It can't be that hard.
That's so cool. And that Captain Phelps as well that landed his plane in the Hudson River. Oh, what a hero! He is such a hero, right? As his plane was going down, it was filling with water at that point. Not only did he ensure that every single person, and very often there are people who are elderly on flights, and there are young children, and there are people with mobility issues. And can you imagine the poor people must have been so panic stricken?
I can't. Cause
Not only did he ensure that every single person was off his plane by walking, to and fro, he also retrieved a library book from his sinking aircraft and then returned it to the library with a letter of apology, apologising for it being wet.
It's kind of a step too
now
far.
that's what you call
That's dedication.
lawful good.
I'm going to choose prison.
Oh, prison.
Because you've already got the walls,
Okay.
the fences, and then you could
Yeah.
grow crops and stuff
Yeah.
inside.
Well, actually, in The Walking Dead,
most of them are inside for growing crops, Roxy.
in The Walking Dead, they
They've
did
got
actually.
some knowledge of growing crops.
They did use a prison in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, now
very good.
in The Stand, though, in Stephen King's The Stand, you get prisoners unfortunately trapped in the prison,
Yes.
and that's not good.
No.
Well,
So
you'd have to wipe out the zombies first.
I think they did.
Right.
They in The Stand
about-
didn't they use a casino in Las Vegas or something?
they did, didn't they?
That's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotel or casino type thing.
Ty says, as a somewhat professional zombie slayer, I'd avoid anywhere that Resident Evil takes place. I stream Resi a lot. Now, right, everybody, go and show Ty some love because, they've joined our ambassadorship program. If you can follow them, please go ahead and do so. If you like Resident Evil, all the more reason to. And Ty, thank you for joining us again. Appreciate you. I do have another talking point, actually. We haven't actually firmly decided where we're going, but it's kind of a hybrid between a Scottish island, an oil rig, and maybe a prison. So, is this...
Alcatraz.
Now that's a good idea.
That is
a
Alcatraz.
good
You've just
idea.
described Alcatraz.
I have, except it's not in Scotland.
Oh yeah. It's an island though. It's close enough.
Okay, so I was thinking this week as well, and I just really wanted to ask everybody a brief question because when I play a game, I'm often engaged and attracted to the characterisation that is offered. Some of my favourite characters of all time are firmly established as protagonists of a certain game. Lara Croft comes obviously to mind. Original Lara Croft. Not so keen on the updated version. But for many players, customisation is their focus and priority. And that is something that they elevate above all things when it comes to gaming. And having a full suite of customisation option can mean the difference for those players between an enjoyable gaming experience or a game that is utterly rejected. And in fact, being able to customise in depth can sometimes even save a poor game.
Yeah.
Because you will have...
You're invested at that point.
Yeah, I'm thinking about sort of early MMOs that allowed limited customization that was
Yes.
so novel at the time that people have stuck around for decades. Still playing the same OCs or variants of the original characters that they developed on those first servers.
Yes.
So I just wanted to ask the chat, everybody, where would you place customization? Is it something that makes or breaks a game for you? Is it a favourite element for you, or do you prefer having a firmly established protagonist character that you step into the shoes of when you're playing a game? So, either Crumpets or Rating Hyperion, if you wouldn't mind doing us a little poll, and we'll have customization and we'll have protagonist, and we'll see where everybody lies on this.
For me, it depends on the game. Yeah. I really love customization, I have to say. And for me, coming from Skyrim and then trying to get into Witcher was difficult because I had no real connection to the person I was playing. I was forced into playing a man, which I'm not against. I have many male characters that I have designed myself and customised myself. But I felt like I was just kind of wedged into this and I had to be this person. And for that type of game, it felt like you should have been
Had
able...
a full customization option. Of course, it is his story.
It is
isn't
his
it?
story. But when you first start playing it,
It was
you
a
don't
shock
get
to you.
that.
It was a shock to you coming from Skyrim.
Yes.
Then, definitely, yeah. Saints Row actually is one of
You
my
loved that.
favourite games.
You really
Saints Row
loved
2
that
was
game,
brilliant.
didn't you?
Before it went off the rails, because it went too far. Saints Row 2 is an excellent game, but the customization options in that at the time were just astonishing, and they really did, like, it made it so different from Grand Theft Auto
Yes.
as well. It really, defined itself.
I remember I used to come into your bedroom and like you'd be running around like in a bikini and stuff. And
I would never do such a thing.
yes. I'd be like, what's she playing?
Never play it
What was this game?
exclusively for the hilarious streaking functionality.
I won't even remind you about that wrestling game though,
No.
because that story's just too funny.
Dutch says, customising characters is most important for open world sandbox games, I think, and protagonist for more story-based games. Yeah, I'd agree with that. The poll just says you know what to do. Ty says, here's a curious question for everyone. Do you find yourself playing as yourself or the character when you have lots of dialogue options and choices? Yeah, that's a really good question, Ty. I think certainly for me when I'm playing a game like Fallout that has a karma principles, so you have, usually in Fallout you have the good, the evil and the neutral path. I would try to adhere to those in dialogue as best I can. I don't like mixing those responses. No. The problem is, of course, that can create quite a staid and pedestrian approach to games because it is quite evident many of the times which of the dialogue tree options are good, neutral and bad.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself picking like the polite one just because you don't want to hurt their feelings?
Constantly.
Yeah.
That is a problem for me. Laurie says that's why I love Animal Crossing so much. Full customization control. Yeah, I love the Gucci outfits.
Yeah, they're cool.
Cuppa Tiefling says I like the idea but I don't have the attention span for an in-depth character creator. So I like a limited customization option where I can change a few things and then move on. How does everybody play The Sims? That's an interesting one. How do you approach playing The Sims? Do you create yourself first? Or do you go in for a completely different character? And
I tried to play Sims, is it 4 now, on the Game Pass, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it's gone down a little bit, hasn't it?
It used to be funny back in the day.
A lot of content packs involved now, and a lot of content that is just, delivered.
See, for me, I'm like the most customization ever, like nose up, nose down, wide nose, large nose, long nose. I'm literally to that degree that I like. And
Ty says, you can call me Artie if you like. Certainly will, Artie. Ty means house in Scottish Gaelic, a wonderful language that is critically important to preserve, I would say. Gaz says, sorry I'm so late.
Gaz, now there's a person that's coming to Games Expo.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for spending time with us. What day are you coming, Gaz? Gaz, are you going to be wearing something cool? Because I'm obsessed with your outfits on Instagram as well. Hayley says, mostly depends on the game. For example, D&D's, I love making that character. Your own.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I never like doing a pre-generated character on D&D
No.
unless it's for a one-shot, and by
I
that I mean a
mean,
short campaign.
Surely that's not the point of D&D, is it?
Not really. But we've had fun doing pre-gens in the
Yeah,
past.
I mean, one-shots, that's fine for one-shots.
Dr. Barry says, with The Sims, I loved creating OCs from previous games, worlds and stories. Yeah. Mesa says, no longer the same joy in removing the ladder from the pool while a sim is in it. That's true. Of course, we've never done that.
Never.
So, we would never know. Don't know. We don't know that particular joy. And we've never ever caused disasters in SimCity. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. You know, we like to know where the button is and exactly where it's located, just so we can avoid it.
Still got a few more things to show.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've got about 9 minutes left. Artie says, I find Cyberpunk is one of my favourite games, just now for customisation. I'm super attached to my character. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Gaz is coming on Saturday. No fancy clothes. I'm sure he'll look absolutely lovely. Right, okay. Mugs, you've all been waiting so patiently. So let me show you what I've been working on. Now, we've only got one of them that's finished production at the moment, so we'll show you that one. These are...
This is the box.
Yes, this is our limited edition
in case
box.
you thought that was a mug.
No. Okay, so a lot of people asked for mugs back.
They did.
On this stream in particular. We listened.
Your wish is our command.
Yeah. So I designed a box. There are only 100 available. They will be at Games Expo. They are a limited edition box, and they are our Mimic box. So if you look closely,
This is his little tongue.
yeah,
Was his mouth here. And the tab is his tongue.
yeah,
So that's cool. AJ designed that, didn't you?
yes. And then inside, of course, you've got some hideous-looking eyes.
Hideous eyes.
And this is the first of our mugs. So this is we'll have 5 designs at Games Expo, and you may recognise these beautiful D20s from the cushion.
So this is to go with the cushion. So that is side 1.
Yeah.
And on the reverse, of course, you have side 2. The lighting's not brilliant.
No, the lighting's not great,
No.
but you know, they're beautiful in person.
They are.
You can just hold them up actually, like that.
Yeah.
If we get off the product camera.
There you go then.
Lighting's so difficult. You wouldn't like to work in movies, would you? There we go.
We do work in movies regularly.
And that's the size. Lovely quality ceramic. Again, made in UK, which is what we absolutely love. And we've got the critical fail on the
Where's the cushion?
back.
I
if you're
rolled it.
If you're
I rolled the
left-handed,
cushion.
you threw the cushion violently away, Lucy.
I
That's where
rolled
the,
it.
that's where the cushion is.
Well, there's one anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2.
Mhm. Yeah, watch my ears.
Sorry.
They're liable to fall off.
Sorry. I'm trying to get the cushions in.
Oh, look how nice that is. So that's your homeware. Sorted, actually. Completely sorted.
Matching.
Doesn't that look lovely?
I
Oh.
mean, come on.
Do you know this could be QVC? GVC.
GameTea VC.
What does the VC stand for?
Don't know.
What does the Q stand for?
Quality video channel.
Well, I don't know. That's to be disputed. But thank you. Brum says.
Don't
these
forget
will
my
look
models
rather nice
too.
in the new geek den we've built in the garden. Sounds absolutely fabulous.
Oh, well, that's a
Yeah.
perfect place.
Yes.
Little gaming room.
Saga Cynic, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming to spend some time with us this evening. Right, yeah, now we're getting to the end, guys. So, shall we have a look at the Pride models that are coming up for Pride Month Kickstarter?
I did want to ask Gareth to paint these, but I don't think we've got time now.
Well,
It's a real
they only
shame.
finished yesterday. It'd be completely up to Gaz.
He's only got 2 weeks, so it'd be
Yeah.
impossible, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we'll message you, Gaz. We'll message you about it.
Yeah.
Right, so if anybody does not know and is not aware, of course, we are an LGBT company, so we do celebrate Pride Month. And this upcoming June, we will be releasing a Kickstarter that features some of your work, Lucy, and some of my work in the form of a zine, which I've co-written with Micah. So it's a real, it's a putting forward of LGBTQ plus talent. So yeah, let's have a look at the models.
There they are on screen.
The full cast is here.
The crew.
Dutch says, "Is that Steed and Blackbeard?"
It is.
Look, we're simple women, okay? We watch a pirate show. We make the pirates.
There they are. In their full glory.
Yeah, we had to do a tribute. We just absolutely had to do a tribute. It was a wonderful show. And of course, Steed and Blackbeard are, they're historical figures as well. So, yeah.
This is going to be a physical and digital this time, because last time we just did digital. This time we're going to be doing physical. And that goes for the adventure magazine, the zine it's called, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
And the models.
The zine is printed on rainbow kaleidostock paper, so it's a really nice kind of retro, vintage throwback to the 1970s when that's often how D&D fanzines were distributed. It'll have some beautiful illustrations, some monsters, a nice little adventure for everybody to run through, based on the theme of love, and it's actually called the Tunnel of Love as well. I love this one. This is my favourite.
He is Torgan, and he's a very big boy. I hope nobody's offended. It was actually much bigger than that. That is probably half the size. Because, I didn't want to be accused of anything.
So these are great characters just to throw into your games. Now, we had to have a flag. We had to have a flag bearer. Mr. Smoogle, thank you so much.
It was Torgan that did it, wasn't it? Come on now, be honest.
We've got a little pack of goblins here as well.
So the flag is designed to be painted in pride colours or trans flag or whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do, express yourselves. Whatever would look fantastic on
you
your
might
table.
recognise a little character there as well.
Yes, there is a goblin.
Roxy's got rid of it now.
So that'll be coming up in June.
The little one, he's the ringleader with the funny shoes on Nook.
Yes.
There he is.
We couldn't resist putting a goblin on. Well done, Lucy. They're absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
They're really, really
I hope
nice
everybody
work.
likes them. I particularly love the pirates and the orc and the elf.
Crumpet says, is the Kickstarter for digital print files or physical prints?
Both.
So
this time both.
There will be two options. You may download the files if that suits you, or you may have physical prints of all the models. They'll be printed on a high quality resin printer ready for paint and pre-supported. If you are printing them on your home computers? No, we're not quite there at that sort of level of technology.
3D
You're 3D
printers.
printers. You're 3D printers. Channa says, love the orc elf couple.
I know, they're so
Dutch says,
sweet.
yep, downloading. I'm too impatient to wait for shipping. We can't wait to launch it. It's going to be really, really exciting, and there will be special offers for the first backers and things like that as well. We like to keep things fresh and exciting.
Yes.
So well done. They look absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
And the adventure will be coming up. And we'll be
Well,
following.
We will see how it goes. I
Yeah.
don't expect it to be a huge one, but it's just a nice thing to celebrate Pride, and that's really the heart of it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the more we're visible, the more people think, this is not intimidating and I can enter this industry. I will be fully welcome here. So that is why we do it. And so
the drag queen character, she's the main person in the adventure, isn't she?
the main person, yes. So she's an
Tina
archfey.
Fling. She is a tiefling.
Tina Fling, named by, of course, GameTea.
Yes.
when we debuted her many streams ago.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end of the stream now, guys. If anybody does have any last minute questions for us, they are always appreciated. So go ahead. If there's anything that you're wondering about, if you are an ambassador and you have any questions, drop them into the chat. It's lovely to actually see so many new faces tonight as well.
Really is lovely.
To enjoy some support in the form of subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
And Saga Cynic says I'm gonna have to get my paints out again. That's a really big version of Steed and Blackbeard.
Well, actually, that is going to be an option. Because
really?
I do see it more as a figurine.
So this is sort of a 72mm.
Mm-hmm.
These are really, really good if you want to paint. But
Do you want me to show it on this camera?
yeah, of course. You're not maybe great at miniatures, or perhaps there are some
Miniatures are
accessibility
tricky.
issues. Yes, they are tricky. Let's face it.
Especially if you've got bad eyes like me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like to print them really big. So this will be an option, which I'm really pleased about.
Yeah, fantastic.
There we are. There's the back there, because they haven't seen the back, I don't think. And they're doing the tango.
Oh, nice. Gaz says, I love the 72mm ones. Artie says, I may have a few questions about the ambassador programme, but don't want to change the subject because this is the best. Artie, if you have any questions whatsoever, pop us an email at contact@gametea.co.uk and we can address them for you. Dush says, that pirate booty. Booty! A very well-defined posterior.
Well, I mean, come on. It's me you're talking to.
I
Do you want to
love
touch
them.
it for good luck?
Sure.
For good luck.
I've been to a few cities around the world actually where there will be a bronze statue with
a bum
well,
that gets rubbed
well,
for good
you-
luck.
You can see it's like dark bronze in many places, and then it'll be a perfectly shiny bronze in the areas. Like statues of dogs and cats always get rubbed
stroked.
where they would be stroked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Theories on when that will be going live.
It'll be Pride Month, which is in the UK. That is next month.
Yeah.
We just need to get the UK Games Expo out of the way, and then it'll be imminent, really. So early
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
We'll tell you all about it.
We will. You certainly won't miss it. We'll be announcing it with a stream as well. So come and join us. It'll be really nice, and it'll be a nice celebration. It's been lovely to meet our ambassadors for the first time. There are quite a few of you in the chat. Sarka Cynic says, I have a quick question. Will we be seeing GameTea at EGX this year? No plans currently. No, there's no plans to go to EGX. It's
I feel like it's gone downhill
No,
slightly.
it's
Trying to be nice about it, but we
Well,
did hear the quality of the show wasn't great.
It's London is very difficult for exhibitors, and when you are a disabled company, it is doubly as difficult because it is just so physical. It's difficult to park the van. The van is insecure wherever you park it.
You're far away from the
you're
venue
so far away from the venue, and
because you've
all
had
of your
to
stock
get a
needs to be
hotel
taken
that's
there.
far away, and so you're travelling there and back every day.
Yeah.
It's logistically very
The
difficult.
Excel Centre is just dreadfully situated.
Yeah.
It's not at all like the NEC that's this nice hub in the middle of the country that everybody can get to with relative ease. The Excel is difficult, and now that EGX have moved back to the Excel, if you are exhibiting there, you need to spend sort of 5 days in a hotel, and that's thousands and thousands of pounds.
It's cost prohibitive before
It
you
is
even
cost
start,
prohibitive.
really.
Yeah, you've got to make a lot of sales before you can cover the cost of your hotel and stuff. Now, we always do, thankfully, but it's
Probably
just
other people
so
don't, and
hard.
maybe that's why they haven't
We've
been
had bad
going.
experiences in London as well.
Yeah, probably
We've had-
best not to talk
No,
about that,
we
though,
won't,
but
but
it's not. It's,
we've had-
we've been unsafe.
We've
at
been
times.
unsafe at the Excel Centre.
Let's
and
just leave it
we
there.
have no appetite to return. So we'll just leave it there. There's no plans for EGX. But certainly come see us at UKGE. Plus, the website is so busy that shows, really, we can only do 2 or 3 a year. You know, what with our current workload. And, yeah.
And we just like to do them just to see people, don't we?
Artie says, oh, I thought you'd like to hear this. My first gig of the summer as a musician is in 2 months and I plan to wear the Rum Runner shirt.
Oh, please send
My outfits
pictures.
months in advance. Send us a picture.
Pictures, oh yeah.
Ditch says, I agree, XL is a thing, certainly. Gal says Games Expo is a very good fit for you two. Yeah, that's
It is.
true. That's true.
It's our favourite.
Mistress Moogle says, I need to meet Lucy.
Maybe not too
And
disappointed.
Ditch says, what if, just a theory, a potential future idea, getting your ambassadors to help with expos? Do you know we've always wanted to host our own convention? We've always wanted to do that. We're in the centre of the country. There's lots and lots of really cool historic venues. It's something that we've definitely thought about, and of course we love, you know, all aspects of gaming, so that would be covered. And we know quite a few people as well that can, you know, arrange really interesting retro game facilities and board gaming tables and lots of traders. So that could potentially be an issue.
Maybe that's the next step for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it would just be really, really fun.
I think it would be fantastic for people. And
it'd be small. It wouldn't be like really, really huge to like give everybody anxiety. It'd be a nice little small thing, and we're all friends together.
yeah, totally.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, and of
Probably
course,
at the assembly rooms in Tamworth or something.
I like
Little
Lichfield actually because it'd be called LichCon.
Lich.
Because you
LichCon.
love the liches.
Yeah.
Dutch says, I would love to assist, certainly. I've run tables at MCM Expo before, community meets, etc. We may well be taking you up on that offer. AJ would have to fight for us to stop me and Leo helping out. That's so sweet of you guys. We really appreciate it. Right then, I think we will be bidding you adieu for the night. We've gone on far too long, and that's because
we do rattle on,
I'm
don't
sorry we were uninhibited on our stories tonight.
I know.
And our brilliant zombie apocalypse
I liked the cold
strategy. Yeah. Okay, well everybody, it's been a pleasure to speak to you tonight. We will see you next week. Same game tea time. Same game place. Good night, everyone.